Hi everybody and welcome back to another channel YouTube video.
And the topic for today is when children offer to pay for something for their parents. Should parents allow them to do so? Why or why not? So this topic actually came up because I had went to the dollar store and I saw a little boy with his mom and she just bought a couple little things. I don't know what she was doing with them, but that's not my business. But anyhow, the little boy was like, "Mom, can I buy this for you?" And his mother was like, It's okay, baby, it's okay." Then when they got to the cashier, I overheard him telling the cashier, "How much is it?" And the woman told him, and he offered then to pay or whatever. So, why I ask this question is because I believe that you should encourage your children. Like, if your children ask you to do something, once it does not cause them harm or danger, let them go for it. Because, to be honest, if I have a child, if you continuously tell your child, no, 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 then they're going to expect that you're going to be paying for them for the balance of their life. I think that that lesson that I saw in that dollar store was that it don't matter how young you are, always offer to help. Or always offer, always like if your child wants to help, let them help. Because as they start to age, they may say, okay, I want to help my mom do this, I want to help my mom do that. Many children come and talk. Many children, as they get older, sometimes they don't even be so far. They don't even far from the parents. They don't help out with the house, with the rent, with the bills, whatever. So I would say to that question, I believe yes. If it is that the child is willing, that if the child is willing to help out a little bit, even if it's a little toy or a little grocery in the supermarket or whatever, and they want to pay for it through their allowance, it will show them, it is okay. This is just my view. Shanita?
Well, I don't know if I would say that they will go through their entire life not doing it, but I do agree with what Tony is saying. I think it shows, it gives your child responsibility. It also helps them to think of others other than themselves. And it might not always have to be money. Like sometimes, even if, like, for example, special days like birthdays, or you know a child could make a card, or do something creative with art supplies or materials or whatever. And as Tony said, if they have allowance and they want to buy you something, I don't have a problem with that, because again, it just shows appreciation. It shows that they appreciate what you do for them, even in their little lives. And it shows that they're thinking about you. And as the child grow older and older, they're gonna say, "Oh, I would like to buy this thing for my mother, I would like to buy this thing for my father." And again, it just shows that they literally care. And it will not only extend to you, but it will extend to their partners in the future as well. And that's definitely a benefit for sure.
Yeah, I remember too one time I went out with my parents and a friend of mine and her daughter. And the daughter saw that my parents wanted to buy some stuff from a particular body store. And as soon as they got to the cashier, the little girl took out the $20 and paid for it. And it mesmerized my parents because it was like so unbelievable. And the thing is, my mother told asked the little girl and her mom if it's okay if she pays for it, because she's like, I want to pay for it, I want to pay for it, so the mother said it's her money, she can do whatever she wants. Right? So, I mean, parent, I think, like Shinja said, showing responsibility and accountability, with the child, teaching the children rather accountability and responsibility and offering. I think that that's a good attribute and characteristic, um, as it relates to those types of situations that are happening or whatever. Um, I would have also seen children, especially on TV. You see children going to make like breakfast for their parents, like Shinta mentioned, any special holiday like Mother's Day, birthday, anniversary, and let the children help. Let the children go out there. Let us say, okay, Dad, can I buy Mom some flowers or anything like that? Because the thing is, as a parent, you're role modeling to your child as well. So I think that when you model something to your children, children are going to pick it up. So I know one day a child won't wake up and say, okay, let me buy flowers for my mom. They would have probably seen their dad doing it before and probably might say, okay, Dad, I want to buy flowers for Mom. So that's just an example. For the other side now, with the mother and the child, for the father, if the mother just wakes up one morning and said, look, I just want to buy a pair of sandals or anything for my husband, and the child might say, okay, I want to buy Dad some sandals or whatever. So I mean, I think, as the Bible would say, train up a child in the way he should go, that when he gets old, he will not depart from it, right? I just think that role modeling is also very important for your children.
Yep, I agree pretty much. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what, what else to really say on that topic because I think we pretty much covered it. As children, we grew up giving our parents things: Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, anniversaries. Even when we didn't have the money to do it, we would make them little things. I always used to go down by Roxy Supermarket when I was younger, back in my country, Barbados, and they would have those things, and I would always pick up little things here and there to make into little gifts for my parents. Up to the other day, my mother was talking about that too. So, but as adults now, wherever I go, pretty much, if I go to, another country, or if I go even within Canada, whatever, we always buy stuff for our parents, or something we like to do is send money to them to, do a staycation, or, something else. And my parents are the type that don't like
Anything.
anything really big. They prefer the simple things in life, and so they always say like, oh, like for example, we might say, oh, for your anniversary, we're sending you to dinner or breakfast or something. They'll be like, we don't want all of that. So then we would come up with like an idea of my mom loved ice cream, so it might do ice cream and chicken or whatever little things you could do. Or I might send my father some money, give it for Christmas. Might put money in a card or something. So it's just the simple things. It doesn't always have to be big. Everybody's not millionaires. Everybody don't have the golden spoon of being rich, but it just shows that you care, and that's the important thing, to know that you care about somebody. Um, and even my children in the classroom, basically, like for special days, we do art, art, our creative activities for their parents, and they're always so excited. And I'm gonna say this, like even in terms of parents buying their children things, because there's some parents that like to buy their kids everything, and I think it is important also to not buy your children every single thing they want. Like you have to teach them
The word no.
exactly. You have to show them that yeah, some things you will get, other things even if you can afford it. You don't always have to pay every time they want something. It teaches them valuable lessons. Um, and you don't always have to buy them expensive toys. Honestly, children appreciate the littlest, simplest things. And they're going to, adults that appreciate the smallest, littlest things. For example, like, I can bring a box in my classroom, and the children will do a million different things with that box. Some people go out and buy their children cars and this and that, and the children will play with the wrapping paper. Like, I'm not saying you don't have to buy nice things, but sometimes it's the little things that count too. And so, yeah, for us, we're the same way as well. So we appreciate the little things. We appreciate the big things. And we just appreciate everything, Like, we like traveling and doing the most, but then we also like the simple things. Like, maybe uh, um, some money on the Presto card if you catch the bus, or some gas money or something like that.
Or getting your bill money or whatever.
Yeah, or even even a nice card. You appreciate words that people tell you. It doesn't always have to be over the top. So when you teach children these things from young, it grows with them and it's lessons. And then they go on to show the same type of lessons or teach the same type of lessons to their children, their own families.
Yeah. Our parents, like Shanita said, are they're very chill. Like they're not hard to please or anything like that. I find myself to be the same way. Like nothing really makes me like go like that because I tell myself I could buy it myself, right? Um, Not that I don't appreciate gifts, but like I am not really a gift person. Like if you give me a gift, so be it. I'll be grateful. But I think because I am just as simple as like my mom and dad, I don't really like say, all right, well, I want this for Christmas or whatever. Like, so then someone might be asking me like, Tony, what you want for Christmas? And I just like the bills paid.
Yeah, I can't really agree with that one because
But that's John second. That's just who I am. Like I rather get help with like little necessities or whatever. But to sit down and think about what I really want for Christmas, like I don't know because I got everything I need.
But
Right?
but again, I can't really agree with that one too much. I wouldn't say that you're not like satisfied or appreciate the simple things, but there were things that you wanted that you went on and on about.
When I was okay.
Now as an adult too, cause the Pandora bracelet either going on and on and on about it for the whole time, and she ended up getting it for Christmas. So I really don't know what she's talking about. But yes, I agree that like it's not any. We don't go over the top like where we say like if we want something we'll say I would like to have that or whatever, and then other people might hear you say I would like to have that and it stays in their mind in a way. But to say like to freak out over things, we don't really do that. And we do appreciate whatever we end up giving each other, our parents give each us, or whatever, we end up appreciating it because, again, there are some people that can't even afford to have expensive things or whatever, but they still, appreciate the small things in life. So,
Well, I just want to make a slight correction. My sister overheard me say that I wanted the Pandora bracelet, which shows that she has initiative. However, I was going to buy my own Pandora bracelet. Just a by the way.
right.
But I'm very grateful that my sister heard me and she went and she bought me the bracelet.
Right, but I overheard you say but that's the whole point. That's what I just said. You might not like want to honor both here, however, but people hear the little things. You still wanted the bracelet. That's what I'm saying. It's not only about bills or this thing or the next thing. Even though you might have decided you will pay for it at a later date, you were still excited when you got
I
it.
was very excited because I did not expect it to happen. But she is a little sneak person, but I'll get her back when the time is right. But anyhow, please drop a comment letting us know what you think about this video, and please continue to like,
share,
and subscribe. Until next time,
bye.
bye.